Should they be playing under 23s in Wolfsburg, or are they better off playing in the NPL?
Or A-League.
What's your thoughts on that, Archie?
I don't know because I've never been in that situation, so I can't give. I can't give
First team best.
Yeah, I can't. Only first team, baby. That's how I roll, straight to the top, man.
Good answer.
You ain't got the wrong person if you want that journey, man.
Go ask someone who failed, guys.
Got one of these bums, huh?
Yeah, man, here's my phone. Go look, there's a few in there. Oh, fuck it. I'm fucking with you. No, seriously.
Why can't we get Archie Thompson or someone like that?
Talk to Archie Thompson right now. Maybe he'll see this clip.
Archie Thompson, come on, man, lob down, brother.
Archie Thompson is a real
I
one.
feel like he's a real nigga. I get that vibe from him.
Why would he come?
I'm not gonna say that.
What do you mean?
That's the reason he's gonna come. That is facts.
Well, that's not like that.
That's a
He loves the game. He loves.
Why did he to come here as one of the panel here?
Why not? Yeah.
Why is he? He's gonna come. All
We'll
this.
change it up. If we get a professional
Of course,
footballer, we'll change it up.
we all go job interview mode. You know what I mean?
Archie Thompson is next. We're gonna slowly بالراحة كده.
The only soccer players on the Guinness World Records.
Archie Thompson, if you ever watch this, come on, man.
Let's go.
Maybe this is the chance. Fred through. Archie Thompson! Goal! Ball's over the line. Allsop running at pace. Fred on the outside. Fred in. Archie Thompson! Sensational! Oh, lovely ball from Muscat. Thompson again. Archie Thompson! 3-0. Break with pace. 4-on-3. Thompson onside. This could be a fourth for Archie Thompson! That's it, surely, for Melbourne. Fred also darts towards the near post. Thompson! Well, the ball is just glued to his boots.
Oh my God. Wow. This is unbelievable.
I know, man.
I did say, man.
Just
Oh, no,
wait till I talk before we start.
We don't need to wait.
Man, that doesn't need an introduction, Azam. No, this. I don't think anyone has had this kind of reception. We've had some pretty big personalities come in.
Oh, yes.
But I'm like,
yes.
this is the biggest, man.
yeah.
I swear from the bottom of my heart.
Oh,
By
man,
far,
thanks,
like,
Haftar.
We've got some big fans here, bro.
The love.
we were actually
the
watching you
love
on TV growing up and shit, you
unreal.
know?
Oh,
It's
man.
unbelievable,
Yeah,
man.
nice,
Wow.
bro. I
I'm saying don't get
appreciate
shy, get a bit closer, you know.
Bringing the love,
Got me
man.
blushing.
All right, Archie, we're gonna jump into it.
Yeah, man.
We're probably gonna start off about your early career, that kind of thing. But to
Okay.
be honest, this episode is not gonna be like all the other episodes that we do. So just make it like a casual conversation. Nothing more than that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And
man.
boys, feel free to jump in.
Yeah.
I will jump
We've
in.
got plenty of questions.
Oh, shit, okay.
I've got some questions prepared, but I just want it to be a casual conversation.
No,
'cause,
no stress, man.
Should be good. We've got a solid hour, right? So we can.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, boys, get into it. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Galacticoz podcast. Now, every time we bring a guest in, boys,
We say they're the biggest.
We said the biggest gift.
There's no bigger than this.
the
I'm
biggest-
sorry. Sorry to everyone that's been here, but there's no bigger than
No
this.
disrespect to everyone's been here, but you know what I mean? Sit down.
today we've got our first ex-professional footballer inside the studio with us live. He's not just any professional footballer. He's the man sitting across the table from us right now has done something that not even Pele, Maradona, Messi, or Ronaldo has ever done.
Big truth.
He's an Australian football hero, a former Socceroo, and I'll say it now, he is the greatest player in the history of the A-League.
Oh,
He is
thanks,
100%.
bro.
Easily.
Boys, big round of applause for Archie Thompson.
Cheers, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro.
Archie, man.
Yes.
Let's jump right into it. But before we do, like always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. When I bring a guest in like this, you have to like and subscribe. You got to do it, man. First of all, I want to know, where are you from? What's your background? What's your ethnicity?
My mum's Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
And dad's white boy. Yeah, he's a white boy. Don't hold that against me. I'm going to go out now. To be fair, that's where my passion for football came from. Was my dad.
Yeah.
Because he grew up. Because I was born in New Zealand.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And he grew up there, but he came from a pretty sort of strict religious background. So there was a lot of stuff that he couldn't really do because of that, like football. So he almost lived football through me. And that's where we have our kind of connection and relationship, me and my dad. But that's where it all started for me, man. Over there, flew over here when I was like 5 weeks old. But I've basically grown up in the country. So I'm pretty much a country boy. I've like
New South Wales?
like Albury-Wodonga, like a little place called Lithgow, if you know where that is.
No, I don't.
Nah, man.
Albury-Wodonga we do.
You
yeah.
don't. You
Yeah,
don't.
Albury-Wodonga.
Yeah, you don't need to go there.
So
man.
your family, so you guys moved here like quite early?
Yeah, like no. So we stayed in the country, but I came up this way for football.
Okay.
So it just happened, man. Like, because growing up, I went through, you know, as you do as a teenager, youngster, you sort of float in and out of football, and you maybe see something over there that looks a bit shinier than over there. And that was probably in the form of a woman or a woman, or you know, carrying on. So I kind of went that way, and you know, got myself into a bit of strife and stuff, and ended up going to court with my mum. And I said to mum, and my mum was like, you know, this little PNG girl, she's like, Archie, I don't want to ever see you in this courtroom again. You better sort your stuff out. And then I was like, that's it. From then on, I just, whenever an opportunity came that, you know, when it came with football or taking it, I made sure I gave everything.
Wow.
So that's where it all started. I mean, it was a fine line about where it could have gone. So
I don't want to jump like too far ahead.
yeah, man. Sorry, I go. All
No,
over
no,
the place. I've got ADHD, so everyone's getting diagnosed with that.
Yeah, these days, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that, man. I'm like totally faint out.
No,
no,
how old were you when you? Because first
When I got
step is
ADHD, I think
NSL.
when
No.
I go.
Yeah, when the diagnosis happened.
Yeah.
No, NSL. That was the first big breakthrough, wasn't it?
Yeah, well-
how old were you when you broke into first teams?
I think I was probably 17.
Fuck, it's young, man.
You see,
Yeah.
that's what I think with professional footballers. If you're not playing senior football at a very good level by that age, you know you're not going to go far.
Yeah, well, look at this.
Well, that's a big. Is that how it goes?
I
Look,
think
there are
straight up, I
there.
think.
Look,
There are exceptions to it, but
yeah,
they
the
don't make
exception.
the rule.
Yeah.
This is the rule.
You have to really be at that level. You got to be
You
playing.
got to break through early.
Yeah, and you got to be playing at a real decent level.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine,
think,
yeah.
I think sometimes a lot of people come to me and they say like, 25, 26. Oh, what do I need to do, man? I said, fuck, man, you need to get a job, baby. You need to get a job, settle down, do whatever you have to do. Nah, like, I mean, like things happen and you can get your break anytime, but it is the exception. I mean, I look at Connor Payne. I don't know if you know Connor
Yeah.
Payne.
Yeah.
Someone that was even Andrew Naboot, to be honest. He was
No,
Yeah.
but
he was plucked out of
the equivalent to that in Australia is, I think, is MPL. So if you're 17 and playing MPL men's football,
yeah, you need
that's
to
as high a level
Yeah,
as you can
and
get
that
here
now-
without becoming a
or
professional.
in that environment.
Yeah,
You've gotta be in
without
that
being a professional, that's the highest level you can get.
Yeah,
to.
but-
So
but-
if you're
but it was
16,
different, yeah,
17,
yeah.
and you're playing MPL 1 regularly,
Yeah.
then you've got a chance.
Because if you're
That's what I
17
think.
and you're just you're playing with kids, your own
Yeah,
age,
yeah,
you're
it's
not,
not.
at that level. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You got to really push yourself.
But it was the football was different back then because when I was younger, like in the 90s, I used to go to like Melbourne Knights games. And
Oh,
stuff like
mate, that was-
It was different. It was different. Like I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember them giving a lot of teenagers chances back then.
Well, oh no, I reckon.
well,
I
more
think
chance back then?
there was more opportunities back then because you could actually go on trial somewhere.
Okay.
So like that's how I managed to go to Gippsland Falcons. So that was in Morwell, and that was an NSL club.
Yep, it
But
was, yeah.
I don't know if you know Frank Arrock. So Frank Arrock was, man, like he's kind of like a godfather of Australian football, and with the national team, and he was like a lot older, so he'd gone through with the national team, I think in the 80s or 70s, 80s, like
Okay.
superstar, man. Like he actually gave me my first professional contract, but like I had a trial there. Like my trial was in a gravel car, so we had the football pitch, but we trialed on the car park. On a gravel car park, so man, it was weird, but he was just one of those.
So you reckon there was more opportunities for youngsters back then?
Look at his generation. His generation is the golden generation
Yeah, man.
of Socceroos players.
Well, there's a lot more teams. There was a lot more teams.
There's a lot more teams, that's true.
There was more
And
clubs.
more clubs were
and-
competitive. Like now it's a different kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I
it's
think
tough.
at the same time, the interest in the game was less. So the people that were interested got more of an opportunity.
Yeah. So I mean, I still say that the NSL era had so many amazing players, man. Like, and it was tough. and it was-
It's too early for that.
and men, like proper, proper men.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. That's what I remember being grown men.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is sort of like, I mean, I played country football, like I'm all over the place, but when I was going through a bit of a rough spell, when I decided that's what I was going to do, I was playing country football with like proper. Like blokes, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as soon as they, you know, you could smell booze on them from the night out.
Yeah.
And they don't care how small. And I was like only a skinny little fella, but they used to lay into me. But I'm used to, like, that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to being in those environments where you got to be tough.
I heard you mention this before. Like you're looking at players like Harry Kewell, Mark Viduka, like even John Aloisi. Like big players that are playing in Europe, and you were roughly the same age. I think same age as Harry Kewell.
Yeah,
actually,
same.
Right?
Well, I used to play with Harry. Like, this is again where I went that way. We were together in the academy team. So there was me, like there's all these different.
Which
rep
academy?
teams.
Sorry, the
New South Wales.
New South Wales
AIS,
Academy.
isn't
Okay.
it?
No,
Now-
this
now
was
AIS?
no, this was New South Wales Academy.
Okay.
Right.
So we had Harry Kuehl, Brett Emerton.
He was a gun.
There was another one there, Paul Reed, that was going to be a legend, but something happened. He got injured, but he was like the top in our age group back then. But sort of Harry went that way because it's something about these guys that go to the next level. They've got a mindset that
It's different, yeah.
I don't have that.
No,
because,
I was actually going to ask you this. I was going to say, like, if you just like stayed on their route and stuff like that, would you be like?
Well, man, I think I would have had to change who I am.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like they just kill it. Like they're not friendly. They're not.
Oh, man, it's like-
yeah, they're focused. Like
And I like fun, man. I like things. I like to have a laugh. I
have a good time.
I'm not like I don't walk the like that white line,
Yeah.
straight line of professionalism. Which sometimes I think back on. I go, man, I wonder if I could have maybe have done that or got to that if I had a really. But
Can you elaborate on that? Because I see a player that's in shape that runs more than anyone else that I see on the. I remember when we first we came in 06, us three brothers. We came in 06. The first time we went to an A-League game was in 07 and watched Victory.
where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
We came from Sudan.
We came from
Sudan.
Sudan.
Okay, yeah.
Eritrean
but
background.
we're trained. We're all trained. Yeah.
But I remember watching that game in 07 and being like, because coming from Sudan or from Africa, even in anything in the Eastern world, even the Saudi League, UAE, the number 10 is the luxury player. And I remember going there and you're wearing number 10 and you're running more than anyone else.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? This guy's meant to just chill near the
Yeah,
front,
I-
get the ball on the
yeah,
half
yeah.
turn and do something. But you worked so hard. So I don't understand if you're what is the difference?
Yeah, look.
What-
Well,
is-
that carried me for as far as I could. But like when I was sort of maybe coming at like a higher level, like say come from Socceroos, for instance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like A-League and playing international football and even playing over in
It's
Europe.
different levels. Like
Man, like I could do the things that I was doing and perform like that in the A-League. But if I was overseas, going out and doing all this sort of stuff over there,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to be, I wouldn't be in the Socceroos. I wouldn't be. So
It's more of the outside of the pitch things, like because obviously, like the type of players that was mentioned, like Harry Kuehl and thing, like even outside of the pitch, they're putting in work.
Oh man, yeah. Nah, I wasn't doing that.
We've seen you do so well on the pitch.
Well,
That's
this
more
is-
the outside thing.
I mean, these are the things, man. Like, if I really had made sure I looked after myself, eating wise.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Were you like one of those? Like, did you watch?
Nah, man. Like,
tell.
So you just ate what you wanted to eat.
He's one of us, this guy, brother.
did someone say they can tell? Yeah. Oh, how could you tell, man?
I can tell. No, it's respectful.
No, you can tell it that way.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man.
No, I mean like in a way where, because he was explaining how like obviously he didn't go
I'm trying, man. I'm like 44 years old. I'm trying.
Well, you look good, trust me. But
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Black don't crack, man.
Yeah,
You know
exactly
that,
right.
You know that.
Yeah, of course.
No,
we
but
do.
when you were like, you didn't go on that straight line, like that obviously means like those other players like doing the outside thing, those extra things. That's what like you hear a lot of the top level players. It's always those little things that come into play, like looking after yourself, doing that outside gym work, all this, that, like, that's what differentiates, like,
Well, because I like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty blessed that I've got like, some like talent and skill,
yeah.
But I think people that take it to another level have that, but then they have something else, man. But also too, they've got a lot more talent and stuff.
What was your like kind of like see how they're saying like off the pitch stuff? What did you do? But like day to day kind of stuff. Obviously, you're like at the time you have Victory, you train every day with Victory, yeah. Say after training sessions, what was the schedule like?
Oh man,
Your ice bath and
see, I never did.
were you in the hyperbolic time chamber?
Yeah,
or whatever?
I never did. I was the worst, man.
That's Dragon Ball Z. Some chamber. You know what I'm talking about? LeBron's always like exciting it.
We didn't have
with the mask on.
We didn't have them back then, man. No,
I'm trying to get information from this guy.
no, man, like we had all that, but I did it, but I never was someone that really did it.
Yeah.
I was always. I must admit, I cut a lot of corners, too. That's why I sometimes think I don't regret where I am now, but there's that something in the back of my mind goes, man.
So that means your talent was like immense. That means like if you're saying that you didn't.
No, like I just feel like I
Because
could.
if you're saying that you like, obviously you give it 100%, but if you're saying that,
Hey, but
There was guys that were-
maybe that's me just saying that, but maybe
No.
you know, sometimes
No,
we,
no, I'm not-
we say
okay,
things that
okay.
we can't.
But he's
actually
right. He's right. He's
deliver.
saying like because the things you were doing on the pitch, for someone not to be putting that extra work outside of it, like it was immense. So imagine like if you were doing that.
Oh look, no, I'm not saying that. I must admit, I still when I went onto the pitch.
Oh, no, you gave it
training-
100, yeah.
Oh man,
You gave it 100,
I-
100%.
I always work.
You're always tracking back, like
Yeah.
always like doing
well,
that.
Man, I must admit, the first year I was pretty shit at it because I was all about me. I
yeah, so
didn't-
you're
Your ego, man.
You're a bit of a rock star the first year. I remember that.
Yeah, man. I tried.
The inaugural year of the A-League, you were like,
Yeah, I thought I was.
Hey,
but-
you just come from Europe. Right?
yeah,
That was in Belgium, yeah.
How was the level there, and why did you make the move back to the A-League instead of trying to stay in Europe?
Well, I had an opportunity to stay in Europe because that was probably my last year was the best year I had there. But then Ernie American, that's a old coach,
Victory.
and Gary Cole, the football operations, just sort of said, look, and my ex-wife was pregnant with my second child at the time.
okay.
So, you know,
a lot-
like,
a lot
it's
of
hard,
to come
man.
home.
It's like, you know, going to another country. You would understand that too. Like, it's foreign, and also too, Australia's a beautiful country, man. Like, you know, and I saw my girl at the time, she was young, when I would come home for 4 weeks and then we have to fly away again. And as soon as my family or her family started to build a relationship, bang, we're off again.
Yeah.
So they're losing they're losing this here in Australia,
Yeah.
family and stuff. So that sort of made me to make a decision to come back also.
Did you find it hard to kind of like adjust like to a different culture there or anything
Over
like,
there,
like
yeah,
there when you went
the
there?
football, man, like was something I couldn't.
Is it
I
the
didn't adapt.
PSV sport or the
No, like first it was
Belgium.
Belgium, just the mentality of it. Like here in Australia, like you can joke and
Yeah,
even when you lose,
it's a bit, yeah.
yeah, even when you lose, or like it's all right.
The level of
Like,
professionalism is just a bit
yeah,
too
over
much.
there, man, you lose. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Why are you smiling
weak,
for?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what happened to me. A new coach came in. I injured myself, so I wasn't playing at the time, and then we were doing really well, and then I came back. And then we were sitting second or something, and we lost. And that was the first game I played back in months. And I remember coming back the next day, and Martin Lawrence was on TV, man. Yeah. Funny, man. I was laughing my ass off, you know. And as soon as he saw me, he saw it. And then in the space of, I think, 4 or 5 months, I was playing senior football. I was training with the under-13s. What? Yeah, like... Because that's what like that, yeah. And they were trying to push me out of the club. All the space of 4
Do you reckon the Aussies overseas? He's a professional footballer, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
But like he's played. He's came
I
from
just
overseas.
came back now.
Oh, where from?
Estonia.
What do you think about that? Level?
My own experience from Australia was Mariners, the under 23s.
Oh, you're a central coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
So
hey,
there-
what a story that is.
Yeah. Nah,
Sorry,
so
that's ended up here.
So yeah,
Hey, I thought it was about me. Yeah. Sorry.
No one's safe, Archie. No one's safe.
No. But yeah.
obviously I played MPO after that.
Okay.
So I got released after a year there,
So what happened there? So you wouldn't understand about like,
adjusting and stuff.
yeah, and also to the opportunities.
Yeah. No, it's a massive difference. Like
Yeah.
at the time that I was there, the coach that brought me in Mariners, you probably won't know him, but so he rated me as a player, and he rated a bunch of other boys. Like if I was to speak about our team at the time, that was probably one of the best NYL squads. I reckon.
A lot of them are
Very,
professionals,
very.
by the way, right now.
There's,
Like most of them are.
Lewis Miller, Nizzy.
Oh, okay.
Nisbet.
Oh,
They're all-
Nizzy, I
they're all-
love Nisbet.
Yeah, Joshua Nisbet, Charles Zembomba.
So you were all there with
Yeah,
oh,
we're all
man.
the same,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
great.
Yeah, so they're the bunch that stayed on obviously after I left,
Yeah.
and after I left is where Monty picked up the team, and then that's when the opportunities started to come up.
Ah. See, man, football's luck too, man.
Football is like that's what I was going to ask you. Like,
there's a lot of luck too,
was it
man.
like? Are you because you're Aussie, especially back in those days, like about 20 years ago, whatever?
Yeah.
Like, were you allowed to fail? Like, as an Aussie, are you allowed to have a shit season and then come back? Like,
If you're a foreigner,
Oh,
it's
or
not
yeah,
not like to a local, commit to a local kid there. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, what you mean here?
like
No, if you're
over there,
overseas,
like,
oh,
at your time, when you went to
oh
Belgium,
yeah, man. Like you got to be.
you got to be at the top of the game all the time. Like,
all
you
the time,
like
man.
all the time, yeah,
all the
Like,
time because yeah, they've always got someone coming in from somewhere, man. Like,
Yeah.
and that's like European. They've always there was a couple of really. There was actually 2 African boys that came in from Ivory Coast, Aruna Kone
Rooney Conan, he's played for the one with the blonde hair?
Yes, he.
Yeah, for Everton.
Everton.
Yeah, man.
He's an Everton fan, by the way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And we can
Ball
call
loved
that
him,
too.
bro.
Well, he came to the club that I was at in Belgium. So it was him and Adolf Tahua, his name was.
Okay.
They brought Adolf Tahua because he was the better player, but they said, can you take him along too?
Yeah.
Rooney Conan.
Conan was nice. He was
Man,
good.
so
Conan's
then,
nice, bro.
but I think when they came, Adolf, who's an unbelievable player, found it difficult to adjust from like being in Africa to coming to Europe.
Yeah.
Big difference. Rooney Conan, man, that guy.
He's
Yeah.
a machine.
Animal,
machine, man.
man.
Yeah.
Like
Very
animal.
tall, very tall as well. Yeah.
Like
And
strong.
he's strong, but look at his legs. He's like he's like built like a.
But like he was always really cool. Like he was just chilled. When he went out on the pitch, he was like, But man, he couldn't win the ball off him, and then he just got better and better.
Yeah.
Went to I think it was at PSV.
PSV first, yeah.
So yeah, I went back to PSV. When I went back to PSV, he was there too.
Okay.
And then he went on to Everton.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are things, man. He wasn't even meant to be the guy that they brought someone else, and then he ended
And
up
he
being.
broke through, yeah.
It's football, man. It's crazy.
I was gonna say, like obviously during your time, it was very popular for like Aussie players to obviously go out to Europe and things, and they're very successful at doing it. This time, he like around this like age, obviously in football, a lot of the Australians that go out, it's not very success. Like the success rate isn't very high, and they come back. Like obviously. Now to a new generation.
Are you back, are you? Are you not?
Back on the breadline.
Oh, right.
Back in the breadline.
What would your advice be? Like if like for example, if a professional is to come up to you and ask you like, hey Archie, look, I'm thinking of like I got an offer to go out, this, that. Like, what's your thoughts on it?
Should they be playing under 23s in Wolfsburg, or are they better off playing in the NPL?
Or A-League.
Or let's say NPL.
A-League, not FPL. Not FPL, yeah, that's
And
not
not getting a run there, not doing well, but
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even
but it's a hard one because
hard one, yeah.
if you're really in the shop window, I think if you're over there and playing,
Even
like,
under 23s?
well, look, you look
You're
at
looked at, aren't you?
Yeah, who's over there at the moment? Someone's in Stuttgart and they're playing.
Alou.
Yeah. So like they're there,
But he only gets called
but
up
it's
to like that. Like
it's a hard
his
one,
brother,
man.
because his brother's playing first team football in the A-League, gets called to the senior Socceroos team.
Yeah.
He's playing under 23s in Stuttgart, and he only gets called up to the under 23s Australian team.
Well, this is
He
the
doesn't-
thing,
he
man.
doesn't get-
You
it's
just
First team football, I feel like is always a
look,
more valuable.
under 23 is the stupidest age group I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro.
what's your thoughts on that, Archie?
Or tell him play for Avondale Heights, get $1,000 a week, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's a hard one, bro. Like, I don't know because I've never been in that situation. So I can't give. I can't give
First
my
team best.
Yeah, I can't. Only first team, baby. That's how I roll. Straight to the top, man.
Good answer.
You got the wrong person if you want that journey, man.
Go ask someone who failed, guys.
Got one of these bums, huh?
Yeah, man. Here's my phone. Go look. There's a few in there. Oh, fuck it. I'm fucking with you. No. Seriously. But it's a hard one, man. Like, there's so many. Like, you need a lot of luck. Someone you could be over there under 23 Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
Someone could watch and go, man, this kid's good.
Yeah, circumstances.
Yeah, and some players go to a coach and that coach goes, "Oh, he's not for me. I don't like him." You think, "Oh man, the kid's not good," but maybe that coach can't coach the qualities of this kid.
Yeah.
So that kid might
right,
need to go
yeah.
somewhere else to go and find that.
You know, this type of talk we only thought was our community. That's the stuff that we say, and we thought that was only like true to us. But now that you're saying it, like
About
about other players and stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's obvious that it's actually for the majority. It's not just like something that we say. There's a lot of players that don't make it that many players that make it. And they'll use these type of excuses.
I saw something like with the way if in professional football, 1% make it into these like academy things. This is in like Europe. The 1% of the 1% go on to make it a little bit.
Yeah.
Then the 1% of that 1% become
Yeah.
professional football. Man, there's
exactly.
not much like you can go. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have the most amazing career. I'm like whatever, but all these little things can happen. Injury. Someone you have a shit game and then you get pinned.
Yeah.
It's just
Like so many things have to go right for you to.
man. I mean, look, still you got to have talent.
We gotta have talent, but hey, I want to ask a question
fear,
before we go forward. So when you were like 12 years old, 13 years old, were you just like schooling everyone, just bang, 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 like tapping around everyone?
Yeah, I can't.
Like were you always like just better than everyone, or like around you? Just automatically, was that just like?
I don't know, man. I had some really good players around me, so I never thought that I was better than like anyone at that age.
Yeah,
I think I guess a lot of I didn't think too much about what was getting said
Yeah.
outside, but
Okay.
like everyone sort of said like, man, your boy's pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I want to get into your Socceroo career, but before that, just one quick question about you playing in Europe. 2005, you came to the A-League. Did you like notice a huge difference? Like, was it too easy for you almost?
Oh man, it was like it was.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it was.
It would
not
have
a
been.
good. For me, that first year was not good.
You were having a blast.
Nah, yeah, well, yeah. Look,
Hey,
again,
That was the inaugural year of the A-League, wasn't it?
yeah, you know,
Yeah, I
I was
remember-
the ego, man.
Yeah, I remember that,
My
yeah.
ego was way too big.
Yeah.
You're the marquee signing for the league, not just
Because
not
you was
just
the first. I
Victory,
remember I was
for
in
the
high
league.
school.
Yeah.
When I was in high school that year, I think I was in year 11 or something. You were the first. You were the face of the A-League. It was you and the other bum, the Sydney's coach now. I shouldn't call him a bum.
Carica.
It was always you and him. I remember. Yeah, there was like something going on back then. Yeah, all the walks like him, and everyone else like you.
That means you're calling him a bum.
No,
You said other bum.
I'm not calling him. He's great. He was a good player. He was a good player.
Yeah,
He was a good player.
good
He was a good player. Also, he was a good
Yeah.
player. But it was like used to like it was like the Melbourne Sydney.
Yeah,
you
The figureheads, yeah.
were the figures of the league. It was.
But yeah, I will say because it's like everything was new, and there was a lot of new players in there. And there wasn't many NSL players coming into the.
Yeah, I know.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
ask that.
Yeah.
Where
It
was the
didn't
pool
seem
of
like
players?
it.
Where did they make?
Well,
the
I didn't know
team?
because I was 4 years away, so I didn't see what happened with the NSL. But apparently, like there was no money. It was
Right.
it had to be cancelled. That's why the A-League got
Yeah.
started. I wasn't around for all that, so I didn't know what a lot of
Yeah.
the NSL players did. But there was probably only the younger ones came through, and then the way that the infrastructure wasn't really like we were training here, training there. There was like
Yeah, it was all over the place.
all over the
was-
place.
it was a
and
mess.
The training wasn't great. Like some of the maybe the kids that were there, I thought weren't maybe great too.
Yeah.
So I just but man, we were still flying after
Yeah.
I think 8 games, and then we dropped off. Yeah, but then the second year was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, man, to be fair, the whole probably 10, 11 years, that was the hottest ticket to go watch a Melbourne Victory game.
Yeah,
in town,
absolutely.
man. Like it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, awesome to be part of, man.
I want to get into your Socceroo career, and I made a statement at the start of the podcast. People still don't know what he did that Pele didn't do, that Ronaldo didn't
Yeah,
do.
I'm trying to figure that out too.
We're gonna discuss that in a bit, but like your journey to becoming Socceroo, I think you broke through like at the time where you were playing in Europe, right?
Yeah, I think I was slowly starting to get into Europe.
You don't remember your first cap? Like
That's
like,
what I was. That's literally the question. Like, how did you feel like getting that first cap? Really?
Oh man, well, because New Zealand came to me and asked.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that too.
That's
We'll get to that later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
I
Oh no. I want to ask you a question
Go
about
on,
that
go
later
on.
on.
Yeah, so New Zealand said, "Oh, look, man, do you want to play for New Zealand?" And I thought at the time New Zealand weren't very good, and they weren't going to make a World Cup. The Socceroos were probably the best bet for me to if I was going to do it, and I was starting to get sort of recognised. So I thought maybe there was a chance that I could play for them. But then, man, I was looking at that Socceroo team. Far out, man. We had Mark Viduka.
What a team.
Aloisi.
Yeah, Aloisi.
Who's a bit
Harry
overrated.
Kuehl. I don't even think
That was the time when-
Tim
when-
Cahill wasn't there.
That Cahill was
Oh no,
there.
he was there
Towards the end.
Oh no, he
Right
came
before the
into
World
that
Cup.
second sort of.
You came in second year. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it wasn't that first wave.
Yeah, there was also who was the other boy there? Another big name. There was
Vince
Paul
Grella,
Ocon,
was he
But
from
there was
the
always
top?
there was
Danny
Vince
Tiato,
Grella,
that
was
team.
was
yeah,
he-
Danny Tiato was
Yeah,
there.
Tiato's
Oh, Mark Bosnich,
Yeah.
Craig Moore,
Kevin Muscat was there as well.
like Kevin Muscat,
Graham Arnold.
Yeah, I don't know. If
No, Graham Arnold was old. He's
Graham
old
Arnold.
generation.
He's just the old generation before.
Yeah, he was
that,
like Craig Foster and that was
yeah,
like,
Craig Foster.
Yeah,
played in it. 'Cause
yeah.
that- like so, I was sort of on the verge of that.
Yeah.
But like Frank Farina had
Yeah.
his own sort of team, and it was hard to break into. But then when he got sacked, then
The floodgates
then,
opened.
then
But the fact that you're even in the talks of making that's a big thing, man. Because obviously the quality of players that you had to compete with.
Did you felt like an imposter syndrome a bit when you were there?
well, yeah,
Out of place.
because these guys are playing.
Harry Kuehl was in bloody what's the name? Leeds
You know
United.
what? To be
United,
fair,
some
man,
blood
I
with
will say, I honestly say, I still feel like I have this bit of imposter syndrome because of like where I am here in football, like
Australia.
With
Being an icon.
Football,
yeah.
yeah.
When I look at the likes of the guys that have gone over and like Brett Holman and
Yeah.
Brett Emerton,
But even
and Jason
I was gonna say,
Kalina.
like, yeah.
These guys played Champions League. They played
Yeah.
bloody, and
But no one talks about him. No one even knows.
Again,
And that's where I
we were
kind of
having
like
that discussion about when you were asking who's better, Caicedo or Alexis McAllister.
Yeah.
It's because they play in safe positions. If you're playing in the front
I
third,
don't know about that, man.
I think if you're playing in the front third and you're getting the goals, you automatically get the headlines. You're already
No,
get
to his point though, I don't think it's that. You know what it is? It's because he dominated this league.
First of all, yeah, exactly. That's my point. He's a great. He stuck he planted his flag
No,
somewhere.
but Harry Kill and Tim Cahill.
No,
Those are great. Those are
No,
great.
Harry
Those are the
Kane. Let's talk
all-timers.
about Brett Emerton. Who talks about Brett Emerton, bro?
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's a safe position. Fullback,
No.
wing.
First of all,
It's
no,
not.
I don't
I
think
feel
so.
like
Because he's here, man. It's because he did it right in front of our eyes.
And he's got a mad personality, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think Brett Emerton came back.
Yeah, he was
He
dead
played a
haps,
little
man.
bit, but
I
like
saw him on the commentary box one day. I was like, man, sit down, man. Go back, man.
Guys, those are his mates.
I know, man.
no, like I say,
They're not
too, man.
experts.
Straight up,
They
man.
put me to sleep, man. I was
Yeah,
like-
man. I swear to God, it's
I
dead
was like,
haps
if
in
I
there,
couldn't
man.
sleep in Socceroos team, I said, Brett, come into my room and talk to me. I need to sleep.
People were snoozing in that studio, man. Yeah, man.
I love you, Emma, but man, you can make me sleep.
It's important, man. Look at his bubbly personality. It's got him now fired to media as well.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the boys, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, but he was great.
Yeah.
It was like, it's not. He was great. He's like, he's the all-time great in some way, yeah?
Yeah. But then off the pitch too, like his personality, blah blah, is what carried
No,
him
but I
into
really
media
think
now.
if you didn't come to Australia and stay here and dominate this league, I really don't think you would have like this.
Yeah,
the
well,
following-
of course.
the following. Yeah.
100%. Like, and now, because when I came back from Belgium, I thought, man, I've been 4 years in here in Europe. I'm like on the verge of Socceroos. I'm going back to Australia to a league that no one like. It's
Even
new.
started.
Yeah.
I'm going, man. This is gonna kill me, but it was the best move I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Was it ever for the money in any way? Was it more there or less here?
Because it wasn't like wasn't as great as what it is now. Like, man, I sometimes think, fuck,
wrong era,
man,
yeah.
these kids are like, God,
Stuck in the paper.
yeah, I know. You know, and I've got to catch a tram here. Come on. No, it's tight. It's tight. But I'm happy. I don't care. It's good. Yeah, but that's the way football is now. More money in it. You know?
Yeah.
And hopefully, if these guys can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I get a bit jealous because I didn't get it. But,
Yeah.
you know, that's life.
But I think it goes back to the question I asked you before. We dominate, just stay and you dominate here and you just make a name for yourself. I think long, like rather that than go overseas and do shit or
It's
not get
better
anything.
be the best,
I'd rather be the best player
the best
in
anywhere
Well,
rather than be
the-
just one of the numbers.
The thing was, I came
Coming
back
over 12
here.
minutes so I can say I'm in Germany, coming off the bench
It
playing for 12
depends
minutes.
on what your goal is. If your goal is to be the best somewhere, then of course here dominating here will probably give you that
Well, the
recognition.
thing is, man,
But if you wanna-
I never felt the need to leave.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could have gone. I could
Yeah.
have gone, man. You know what?
Be a squad player on a European
I'm gonna
team.
go. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
to maybe Japan or maybe go somewhere here.
Yeah.
But I never felt the need to go, man. I was happy. Like I was happy here in Melbourne. I was happy with what was going on. Football was growing. Like,
Yeah.
why would I go? And this is where I was always gonna come back to.
Yeah.
So
And he done well. He done like you brought in a lot of youngsters into football, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
man.
into the league, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it's
Like-
still cool, like
Yeah.
that. You know, still these. I mean, I've been out now 6 years, I think now 7 years
Yeah.
out of that, but I've still got all these. A lot of people still know. Still know me,
Yeah.
and also being in the media too.
Yeah.
It helps.
And you left at a perfect time because he's one person that hates players that stay for too long.
Oh
And
man,
then,
I felt like I was.
No.
almost doing
I
that,
think you
man.
left by the time that you left, like you were still at your prime, pretty much.
I was. I mind you.
Yeah,
I was
you-
crying a little bit when I did leave, but I'm so happy that I didn't keep going.
You keep going, but you want to skip it. You
I
want
wanted
to skip
to,
it.
but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was
You want to skip
stopped.
around the alley. You want to just hop in on the next like thing.
I almost
Simon
did.
style.
Oh, yeah?
I almost did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was close.
Matt Simon?
Oh,
The
Simon.
man, he's way too. He overstayed his welcome by how many years? God
Where
bless.
at?
At the Central Coast.
Oh.
In the A-League in general, right on the Central Coast. Like when he's come back now as captain. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I was lucky. I think Kevin Muscat told me.
Yeah.
Man,
That's it.
Can you tell us more
yeah.
about him? Because I feel like he's the equivalent of Roy Keane here.
Oh man, bro. Yeah, 100%.
He's the scary man.
Oh man, yeah, he's hardcore. But
Is
he's
he a good coach or is he just a player's just scared of him?
oh no! Look, man,
I swear that's a vibe I get.
That's the time where he had a lot with Victory at that time. He actually achieved
But he
a
had
lot.
a very good team
That's
too.
the time that he was there.
Yeah, but even as a player, he was a really. I remember like in the Aussie team, like I remember like he was like. I remember against Uruguay. I remember in 2001. Remember when we had that? I mean, he just took the ball.
yeah, penalty, man.
Yeah, it's like he was the last guy I thought was gonna take the penalty.
Yeah, he's a good penalty taker.
Yeah, he was. He
He's
was.
good.
He's probably a better manager than he is a coach, though. I would say.
but I think he had good. Ange Postecoglou was there before him,
Yeah.
so he almost set him up perfectly.
He used the same notes.
Yeah, basically, man. He didn't have
It was the exact same formula. Bro, that team that was built by Ange.
Oh, but
carried-
he's
felt
good,
like that team dominated.
He's got
for
a good
bit.
leadership.
No, what I was gonna ask.
Don't destroy the man's legacy. Don't destroy the man's legacy.
Each managers are different, though.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm joking. I'm messing around, bro.
He went to another level, and then he went to Yokohama, and then he did the same thing.
No. But what I was gonna say is, as a captain, was he like set the standards, lead by example, or a talker? Because he looks like a talker from outside.
Both.
Both.
He can lead and he can talk.
Right.
That's what he does in his in his managerial roles now too. Like he's like that.
Yeah, he looks like a man of principle. Like he's genuine. He's about.
But man, he'll run you over.
Yeah, he's about it, man.
I think
man,
he's cut
he-
from the same cloth as Ange. I think he's got the potential to manage in Europe.
Oh yeah,
I really think that.
100%.
Personality-wise,
Maybe,
he's
yeah.
definitely got it.
100%. I said that he would be because his knowledge of the game, his leadership, and his like the way he speaks to the players.
Yeah.
Is like great. But I remember once when he first took over, we lost 5-0, and then we lost 5-0 again.
Jesus.
And I've told this story a few times, but we lost Australia Day game 5-0 to Sydney at.
Yeah, the games we used to go to.
Yeah, and then we lost
United
5-0
FC
to
before it.
Wellington. Man, we lose 5-0. He came into in the next day we had a theatre like the video. He came in and said, "If I lose my job, I'm going to take every single one of you." And I was like, "Whoa, man,
You're coming with me."
Yeah, but
I love
but
it.
if you're a player and you hear that, it's like, man. I'm not want to play for this guy. Like, why would I want to play for this guy if this is the way he's like gonna?
How do we get
We
you
don't
back on side?
go out there lose and
Yeah.
like he's saying he's going to take. But I reckon he left there and had a really good think about what he had said because then he almost put himself back in that player.
Yeah.
This is my perception of it all. He was a different person after that, and he's like an unbelievable manager.
So did he
I think he'd be
apologize
great.
for that, or did he do?
Oh,
How did he win?
He's not going to apologise.
He can't.
No. How did he win his over again? Because
I think
if
he
that's
just
something that
kind
would
of-
lose the dressing room,
Yeah.
has he get back on side?
Oh no, I think he just kind of like
It's him taking your performance personally. Like you're playing shit because you want to get rid of me. So I'm gonna take you out with me.
I love that, man.
No,
I fucking love it,
saying?
bro. I love it, man.
Well, this is
I
that
love it, man.
winning mentality.
Yeah, bro. That's gangster, wallah.
Depends what player you talk
Wallah,
about.
man. Gangster guy. Man, I love it, man. I love that, man.
Yeah.
But he's sort of right. You know what I mean?
It's sort of right.
All right, or wrong. What are you talking about?
So man, he was. He's good though. He's good.
Like you lose because of the coach's tactics, and then you tell him you want to get
No,
rid
but
of you.
maybe it feels like they weren't fighting hard for him enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm
There's
sure there's more-
definitely a lot
yeah.
of both. You know.
One game you mentioned, Wellington Phoenix. How is that playing away? Because I feel like that's the game that you cannot get yourself up for. That stadium is empty. Always at a shit time. It's how do you get yourself up for that game? Well,
man, I
that
don't
used to be
know.
the driest games to watch.
But they
Yeah,
play
I
that
don't
team
know.
always plays good football, man.
Now they're a little bit better, but
Yeah,
back in the
they're
day,
good, man.
going there, the stadium there's 3 people in the stand.
Yeah, it was.
Mum, dad, and mum, dad, and dog.
How do you get
Yeah, and
yourself
the
up
dog
for
didn't
the-
want to come. Man. The dog was you tried to have to drag that thing. Man. No, but it was always a hard one, man. Like, I didn't care. I didn't mind getting. Like, it's good to go away too.
That's a game that tests your professionalism. They did.
Yeah, that was testing.
Well, but
mine,
you're
man.
getting your check at the end of the week. It's not as if you're like you're back in the Central League line. And you know what I mean?
Not that bread line.
Yeah, not the bread line again,
like
you know
it,
what I
like he is. Hey, don't worry, man. I'm probably there next week, man. We'll line up together, baby. We'll line up together.
Let's get into this. This podcast has been all over the place.
I know,
Yeah,
bro.
sorry.
But that's all right.
We're just so excited. We're just so
Yeah,
excited.
I'm excited too.
We just want to throw all
I'm
these
feeding
questions
off-
at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Let's chat about this, man. 13 goals in one game.
Oh, yeah.
A Guinness World Record.
Yep.
What was it? 31-0 or something?
31.
Against American Samoa. The game before, I don't know if you guys know, they won 22 against Tonga
Against
as well.
Tonga. They set the world record and then they broke it 2 days later.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
my days.
But by the way, guys, for our international audience, the man that's sitting right there has the most goals in a single international game.
Ever.
Unbelievable.
Ever, bro.
And that's something that no other player has ever done.
Will ever do. 13 goals in a game. No way.
Because 13 goals is hard to score in Sunday soccer. Wallah, it is. It's not that easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think you scored 8 in the first half or something.
Man, I don't know. I can't.
Like you lost count. Good thing.
I remember hearing about it on the news on C7, like that channel back in the days. Like I remember them saying 31. I'm thinking, what?
You know what's crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Another teammate of his, I don't know his name, but he scored 8 goals
Oh,
as well.
it's Village.
Yeah, he scored 8
David
goals as well.
Village. Yeah.
Unbelievable. But nobody remembers that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. Like, I think he scored 9. Wasn't he 9 or 8?
Yeah.
Eight goals, I think.
I think eight.
It was
But
eight.
Was that the game that changed Australia's, like, was like, hey, Oceania, she's got to end?
I think.
Was that, does it, yeah?
man, I
That was
think
like,
that
hey,
was,
enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That was it for American Samoa as well.
it should be it for American Samoa.
Yeah, that was.
It should be it for American Samoa for anything.
As a country, too.
That's it, man. Join Samoa or America. Just like it.
But to be fair, I wish I would probably had been around in the era now. where-
Against Asia?
Yeah, because we've got all these
Yeah.
games. Man, it's so
Well, you
good.
did play in Asia, man. You played.
I mean, but like, I did play, but I would have. You think about all the caps like that there are now, like
More games available.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
like
true. Yeah.
like for 50 games, you have to play a long time just to get to 50.
Yeah.
Now everyone sort of comes and does a couple of campaigns. Man, they've already got 50, 60 caps.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, but it's good for us.
Yeah, but why isn't New Zealand giving all these teams the work the way you guys were? Like, have they improved? These, like the Fijis and the... Like, are they still getting pumped like that?
Nah, I
But
think New Zealand's not
Zealand been
bad.
qualifying regularly.
Yeah, they were pretty close, I think.
Nobody watches Fiji, I said to even
If you
know.
played for New Zealand, you'd be the greatest player of all time,
I
right?
know, man.
100%. No disrespect to Shane Snell. He's a good player.
Yeah, nah. Yeah,
But you'll be the... yeah.
Snell's nah.
You'll be the greatest player
Nah,
ever.
no, I don't know. Sometimes I think about it.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Comfortably.
Between him and Ross, maybe.
Oh, Rojas, yeah.
No, but come on.
Oh,
Man.
Barbarousas too, man.
Yeah, they're good players. But no, you're
But they haven't dominated the way you dominated, bro.
like, come on, man. Like,
How old is Bob
Thanks,
Roosters now? Because he's been around for a while, bro.
Yeah, I think he's in his
Well into
30s.
his 30s now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been around for a while, man.
yeah, good player.
I don't know about how you boys feel, but every time I remember, like, especially during like from 2000, because my earliest memory is probably like 2008 up until like probably 2008, 2007. Anytime I used to see Archie Thompson wearing the Socceroos jersey, I don't know why, but I used to feel proud. Do you know why? Because it's like one of us.
one of the
almost.
niggas on the team. That's that guy for too. Wallahi. Even the A-League, when the A-League first started, like, when an Oregon player, when it was him versus that guy in Sydney, I always forget his name, sorry. But like, I was like, like I was happy that it was a black guy, like that was
Repping Melbourne.
repping Melbourne, like the franchise, you know what I mean?
Especially like he's a Melbourne, like playing in Melbourne Victory, that kind of like we see him like
And it used to be a lot harder for like non-European players that aren't playing in Europe to get into the Socceroos team.
Which I had a problem with.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know why
Yeah, it
that
was
bum,
hard.
that Jesus-looking guy was always playing ahead of you, bro.
Which one?
The Jesus-looking nigga, man.
Kennedy.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, what was he?
Josh Kennedy qualified us for the World Cup. Yeah, he
He's
did, bro.
scored a
He
couple
was
of good
good
headers, but
He was good for the headers, and that was
Yeah,
pretty
he
much
but
it,
like
bro.
his game, like I honestly
Yeah,
thought you would.
I'd rather Archie Thompson.
And I'm not saying that because I swear to God, man. I think you were better at ball with that team, especially.
Yeah.
I think you would have been a better player, like in that position.
But he
you know
was
what I mean?
he was playing overseas. Hasn't he? He was playing in China or something.
Japan, I
Japan.
think.
He
And
was
Germany,
playing
Japan,
overseas.
Germany, Japan.
So if you're playing in Asia or Europe, you automatically get first
Yeah,
preference.
it was.
That's
Yeah,
what it was.
but that's disrespect to the best player in our league.
Yeah, I agree.
That's disrespect. Like, this guy's the best player in our league. You know what
But
I mean?
I do agree. Well, like it did feel a bit weird every time you didn't get the call up.
For me, it's strange.
Yeah, I was. Sometimes I didn't like. Yeah, I
Come
didn't
on, man.
understand.
There had to be something. It's a part of you. It's like, hey, man. Like,
No, if
Yeah.
you
well,
think
it
about
hurt,
it,
man. It does hurt
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, man.
because
what do I need to
we're fans, and we see it. Like, we're like, hey,
no,
man,
we
it's
know
like-
we know how useful a player like Archie can be. Like he can play in any of the front three.
Yes.
And then in the A-League, anytime this guy's 1-on-1, it's
work.
it's
rap.
night. But there's no
straight up,
messing
bro.
around. How
The spin cycle. The spin
a player
cycle's
that
on.
takes every chance. Why would you?
I'm actually very surprised they didn't take it even as like an impact player, like to just bring on like 70th minute or something, 75th minute, something like that.
It was probably sort of
The wrong era?
Oh no! Yeah, like that era was.
They reckon, yeah.
That was a golden generation. But the fact that you even got in, like, I don't have to say this again, but like, it was quality players, bro. Like, he's competing against
The 06 squad.
that 06 squad, bro. Likes of Viduka, bro. Q.
were you at the 2006 World Cup?
Bresciano. Yeah,
Bresciano.
You was,
Yeah.
like, you went.
Yeah.
You was on the bench at the World
yeah.
Cup.
So, 2005 played a Uruguay game in Uruguay.
Yeah, the first
we
one,
qualified.
yeah.
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 Then 2006 World Cup didn't play in.
Were you shattered?
Yeah.
How was it though?
That hurt me.
That hurt, yeah?
Yeah.
Because they played against the best Brazil team.
That's unbelievable.
Oh man, yeah,
guys.
Brazil.
Roberto Carlos Ronaldinho R9.
Even the crazy team was good.
They were unbelievable.
That's nuts.
The Italian team with Totti,
Yeah,
and
true.
Oh, yeah.
Totti, Pirlo.
Grosso, and Materazzi, Pirlo.
Yeah, we had a good good
That's
groups.
unbelievable.
Even
Jake,
Croatian
anything
team.
from that time, like any tops or anything?
Oh yeah, I had who do I have? I don't know if you remember the Brazilian player Jorginho used to.
Of
Yeah,
course, the
Jorginho.
free kicks from Leon. The Leon dude.
Yes. So I sat on a bench for a Champions League game. I think it was around the 16 or quarterfinal.
Yeah.
At Lyon.
Yeah.
And I watched that guy. Man.
I loved him, man.
We lost 4-1, I think.
Yeah.
But, I got his jersey. I got Inzaghi's
Oh wow.
jersey.
Oh,
But I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
I've got Messi's jersey too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got Messi's one.
You
When
met
he-
him?
When he came, I
When,
played
when,
against
when they came here.
yeah, I played against him in,
okay.
in the Olympics.
Olympics, yeah.
When they
Wow.
won, when they
That's
won the gold
crazy,
medal.
bro.
I
Yes.
remember.
That man,
Pimpa
that-
Vic was Pimpa Vic.
No,
the manager? Or was
Graham Arnold was the 2008.
Oh, 08 you're talking
Olympic
about.
coach.
You went to the next one as well,
Man,
didn't
Di
you?
Maria was there.
Tevez. Was Tevez on that team? No, was Tevez on that team, was he?
Aguero.
Was
it's the
yeah.
end.
Messi.
Yeah.
Riquelme.
Riquelme, yeah. Fuck,
Yeah,
what a
that
players,
was
man.
Unbelievable.
Mate, they were unbelievable. Yeah, and they only beat us 1-0.
I didn't even know that, man.
Yeah.
I
Because
didn't
his
know that.
generation was just
Oh yeah,
spectacular
mate!
all
I
over.
went to Asia Cup in 2007. Man, like I've been part of the soccer. There was a period where I done my knee in the grand final. That was 2010. That was the year of the World Cup, and I did that. I did that in the grand final.
Yeah.
So I missed the World Cup.
All right.
Yeah.
How was the 2006 World Cup? And how's Goose
unbelievable.
hitting as a
Oh
manager?
man, he's unbelievable.
How,
That's
is
the
he
guy,
like
so.
a tactician? Is he a motivator?
everything.
What's good about it?
He's everything. Like he
You guys played, that team played for him, man.
man,
They
that
really
guy
did.
was watching. Like we get on the bus, he was watching DVDs from games 10 years ago. Back then, like so just I don't know why he just loved.
He seemed like a very old school type of coach too.
Man, the best.
Yeah.
Well, he brought me to PSV. Like he brought me to PSV.
Yeah, because he was the coach at the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And mate, they love him.
and the
there. Like,
Socceroos.
but he didn't care like about who was who.
Yeah.
That's what why everyone liked him. Because it didn't matter about who was Harry Kuehl, Tim Cahill, or whatever.
Whoever's playing well plays.
That's it, man. But yeah, whoever can do the job for me,
Yeah.
can do it.
Just one more thing about your Socceroo career. That game against Iraq, man. Was that your proudest moment, like in a Socceroo jersey?
Yeah, scoring a goal.
Yeah, come on, man. You don't remember this?
Yeah,
You can do. You
Tim Cahill scored the first one. You scored the second.
Well, that one, man.
He's having too much fun off the pitch. That's
No,
why.
all going now. I was talking about that.
Yeah, the fun.
Having a good
That's
time.
right, man. The raised
The fun hasn't stopped. Yeah.
Dude, what was I saying now? It is Friday. It is
But to be
Friday.
fair, he's had a lot of good memories, but
Yeah, man.
You know
you know what I'm saying? You've had a lot to jumble in.
Bro, when I think about it, like I've been part of some big things in history, man.
That was a big goal, man. That was a big.
Well, that turned out
Iraq.
that put us back on track because we were going nowhere, man. Yeah, we were not doing well, and then I really liked Osick. He was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
But man, they wanted him out, and it was so bad. They say, "Oh, okay, we've qualified for the World Cup, but we got to play Brazil and France."
Yeah.
In 2 friendlies.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that good of a coach, though, to be honest, with the national team. I think he stunk up the place bad.
I liked him because he
He played you.
yeah,
looked after
because-
you.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I was
fair.
30. I was 34, 30 at that time, and like
He gave you a good go.
Good go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call. And I, for the times that I did, it was good. But then I knew that I wouldn't. I think a lot of those players going to a World Cup in where was it?
Russia.
Brazil.
No, Brazil. Oh, the Brazil one. 14,
like,
14, yeah.
You had to clean it out. Like it was,
Because yeah,
That was horrendous,
we
man.
stunk up during that World Cup too, but man,
that wasn't a.
that was horrendous
Well, that was
performance.
Ange taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did alright for like.
That game against Holland was
What
good.
he had.
Was good.
Oh yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, that game was good, but everything else was stunk up the joint, man. Remember
Didn't
against
he-
Chile? Was it the game against Chile or something? Was it?
Yeah.
Well, we
Didn't he
just-
drop?
terrible.
2-1. Yeah,
Just
Timmy's
terrible,
This is a
man.
good way to sum it up. Who is, in your eyes, the best soccer player that either you've played with?
That's easy. That's easy.
No, what do you mean, bro? How's it easy? He
done
played
it,
with Q, Cahill,
he's done it, he's done
Maduka. Come on, bro. Who's
I know exactly what he's gonna say.
no? Who? But
Probably
who?
gonna say Q.
It's Tim Cahill, Harry Kuehl, Viduka. That's what he's gonna say.
Yeah, but there's so many.
Start one, bench on, sell one. Tell you those 3.
It's hard for you to do this, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think because of your
No,
mates?
because I think of if the players in different positions.
Okay.
Exactly. Like a Craig Moore, for example, was outstanding. Like he was a tough centre back,
Read the
man.
game, unbelievable. Great
Yeah.
passer of the ball. He was good midfielder. I like Jason Kalina because he was
very good.
great
phenomenal.
technique.
He ran the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
speed of the game. Or like a lot of people would say he was a
Bresciano?
bit more negative. Bresciano.
I thought
man.
Bresciano
Bresciano's
was.
unbelievable.
I thought he was class. Man.
I don't think there's been a better central midfield.
I think he is the equivalent of a Perlo to an Aussie.
Well,
You know,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, definitely.
That guy hitting the ball, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Man. He hits the ball, unbelievable.
he gives you that vibe, that Perlo vibe when he's on the pitch. He dictates the game.
Cool customer, you know what I mean?
But, for me, strike wide, Viduka, man. Like,
Viduka was unbelievable, man.
what the most laid back, chill dude. I've
What's
ever
he like? And why has he disappeared from the like?
I mean, he's just happy. He's got a little coffee place in Croatia.
And that's it. Yeah, he's like.
Man, if I had that, I'd do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had his money, had a little coffee shop,
Yeah.
I'd stay there all day and not even worry about it.
Remember, Bresciano stepped out too, like out of the line, like the limelight kind of thing. You open up a marijuana business, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
man.
I swear, they actually did that.
customer, Mohammed, what's going on?
No.
Medicinal, man.
Medicinal purposes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so call me after. No, only medicinal, man.
But I reckon like a lot of players from that generation, like they kind of like stepped out of like the limelight kind of thing. Like Lucas Neal, Bresciano,
Do
like
you
a
think
lot
that's
of.
the FA's fault?
Like
I think they're just probably happy to do that.
yeah, but are they? I don't see them. I don't see them pulling
I
for
like this,
Socceroos.
man. I like being in front of the camera.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I love it. But I don't just love doing football. I love all the other stuff that I've done. So I don't know if they like
That's
that.
that's their thing.
But
Yeah.
they're good at. They know football really well, so they come into.
We've got like 10 minutes to go. I just want to ask you quickly, just on that question. He's asked you who are the best Socceroo players you played with. I want to ask you this: who's one player that a lot of people don't rate that you think was unreal in training or like had so much potential but didn't fulfill it?
John Markowski. I don't know if you know him.
No.
Played NSL. Man, left foot, unbelievable.
Which team is that?
Sweetest left foot. He played for the national team. So.
Macedonian?
Yes.
Yeah, but which team was it? Rings a bell. Rings a bell.
Played at Carlton, played at Knights.
Was the NSL televised?
It was, yeah,
Was
but
it big?
it was on cable. It was on C7 Sport. I don't know if you remember that. See that it was on Optus or like Fox.
Yeah, the equivalent of.
Yeah, like but cable TV in Australia was like no one had cable back then.
Nah, man, it was like
expensive, bro.
Yeah, all SBS.
Yeah,
It might be
yeah,
SBS.
yeah. They used to show the finals. I remember I watched that.
The
I
finals.
remember the year Wollongong won. I remember in 2000.
yeah.
2000. I think Chipperfield's on that team. Yeah, but it wasn't like televised. But locally, it had a big crowd. But like when Melbourne Knights or Carlton.
Well, that one of their finals when the Wollongong.
Yeah.
They beat us in the semis.
Oh,
so we played in that one.
Yeah, okay. You see, I remember watching that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
was-
follow
that
this
was
stuff, huh?
pretty good.
Huh?
You follow this
I used to
stuff?
follow this shit back in the days.
Man,
Yeah,
that was
that was my.
man, that was 19.
99, I think. 99.
Yeah.
But if you had to say one Socceroo player,
No. Stop. We asked. Did we ask maybe Craig Foster this? Who is the best Australian footballing product? Because we've got Ange Postecoglou as the manager. He's made it to the very top. We've got Sam Kerr.
There's only one answer to that. Sam Kerr.
Sam Kerr. We've got Tim Cahill, Harry Kill, Mark Viduka.
I think Sam
Mark
Kerr,
Schwarzer.
man.
Yeah.
I think it's Ange.
I think Sam Kerr, bro.
I said Ange.
What is in?
As in
The
the
best
best product,
footballing
footballing product from Australia.
Could be
What is the
Ange, it
best
could be-
thing to come, footballing wise, from Australia? Anything.
I would say Harry Kill, man.
Is that Harry Kill still?
Yeah.
Harry Kill, Harry Kill, it's a talent. It was the touch. But can I be honest, man? I love the guy. Yeah. I just remember him being injured all the time. That's the truth.
If anything, it's between them two. That's it. Yeah, it's between them two. There's nothing bigger than that.
Postecoglou. I mean, Harry Kill played at the highest level, like he played Champions League final, whatever. But Tim Cahill's actually like a great. Like,
Tim Cahill.
honestly, when I think of Kill, I just think of a guy being injured all
so
the
then
time.
you have a big shout on Sam Kerr because Sam Kerr she's went past even Australia.
She's Ballon d'Or. Since when did we have like a
She's
Ballon d'Or
international now.
Australian?
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Like, she's
was
world.
She's global. Man.
She's global now.
Yeah.
She's
FIFA covers and everything, bro.
I think she'll be like one of the greatest Australian athletes of all time. Like I reckon she'll like be on that Dawn Fraser. Like
She might end
She
up
has
being
to-
on the
she has
level
to be
of
right
like
up there.
Marta when she's done.
who? Marta, that lady that played in like 8 World Cups.
Yeah, that Brazilian one.
Miss me with that lady.
Ballon d'Ors too, bro.
8 Ballon d'Ors.
Ballon d'Ors.
she's always up on the stage. I think she's still winning Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah, no, I'd have to say Sam Kerr too, actually, when you look at it. And Ange.
And yeah, for
I
me,
think by the
Ange,
time Ange is done, bro. And that's what I want to talk about right now. How do you think he's going to do at Tottenham, man?
Great. Man, he's going to be good. He'll be good.
Remember that one year when they bought like Paulinho and they bought like 6 other
the
players?
Gareth Bale money.
Yeah.
They sold Gareth Bale for 100
Oh, it's
million
Gareth
and they
Bale
bought
money.
like
They
6
bought like
players.
6, 7 players, bro.
That's how they spend.
Yeah.
They spend cheap.
What are your teams anyway?
Manchester United, Manchester City, Barcelona, Everton, and Arsenal.
Yes.
Why Arsenal? Who's your player? Who's your player that grown up?
The
like
goal.
that you- Was it Ian Wright? Was it the goal? That silver tooth? Is that what Lou?
Oh,
Is that what
man,
Lou? Is
it's
that what
all
Lou?
like
Is that what Lou doing?
Let the guy answer it.
That's the shiny thing he
Yeah,
saw
it
at the
is,
start.
man, it is. Hey, did you see that? Did you see that video when he saw his teacher?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Bro,
That's what got it. The teacher.
Yeah.
Mr. Whatever his name is. Nah, I love like Bergkamp, Henri, all that. That team was great. But I didn't ever really had a team. But then my son likes Arsenal, so
Okay. So you don't actually have a team that like growing up that you break from the Premier League.
I used to
Or all
like
the players.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because there was this kid that he was English kid when I was younger, went over to England, came back with a full Liverpool strip, and I'd never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah, okay.
And I thought, man, I love that team. like the proper candy one, you know. They had candy on there, like with John Barnes.
Yeah.
It was John Barnes' era. So it was that old school.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that was because you couldn't get it anywhere.
Yeah.
You
And
you
even
couldn't
watching,
find it.
even watching football was.
Yeah, man, you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it.
It's
I don't know why, but I'm getting the vibe that you don't watch much football, do you? Like are you a fan? Like, do you watch a lot? Especially when you were a player, did you used to watch a lot?
No.
But did you see this guy?
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's just talent, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
yeah.
I watch the 3-minute highlights.
What a legend.
I like it.
That's about it. Huh?
Yeah, man.
That's
I
what
like-
you're interested in. I love it.
But if there's a good game, like man, that World Cup final,
That was
Yeah.
one of the best games I've ever seen. Yeah.
that for me
That's
was
one of the best games I've ever
Mind-blowing.
seen.
That's
unbelievable.
That was one of the
man.
best games I've ever seen.
I don't want to throw you under the bus, but like you're a pundit now, you have to watch the full game, man.
Oh, you
the A-League.
when I first went into the media, my first I saw nothing. And I thought that I could come up into the game and go, oh he shouldn't have done that last week. I didn't even watch the game, but you could tell. But you could tell it was bad. Man. Like,
That's why you're good on TV.
but I shouldn't have done that. Like because to have longevity, you gotta be you gotta still do the work. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
You gotta set it up how you want it to be because this is what you like. You know.
Yeah.
We're starting to see something here, though. Archie,
think
you don't like the hard work. It was as a player off the pitch you can't. As a pundit off the
You're
off the
gifted, bro.
camera
You
you
know what I mean?
can't.
Mashallah.
I
like-
can spit a lot of shit, man.
And I think a bit like that's what makes you like a really major like attraction on television. People see like your bubbly personality. You see how they relate to you. They see how energetic you are, and they and you're not very like you're not your regular that pundit that you know what I mean.
I don't know if you know Mika Richards from CBS.
Oh man, I love that guy.
You're
man.
the equivalent.
Hey, but I love that group that they got with
CBS,
her,
yeah.
Henri, Carragher.
You like Henri? You think Henri's a good pundit? Stop.
I mean, no, I just like I've never heard him.
He just said he likes them, bro.
I never heard him
worst
speak
pundit.
though.
Henri's the worst, exactly. Because even when he speaks, you can't understand anything he's saying, anyways, man. Henri.
The stuff that I seen him speak on Instagram, I like.
Yeah,
Because they cut it up.
Yeah.
Man, he sounds unbelievable.
Yeah.
They give you the good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good show. Him, Carragher, it's a good show. They got
she's
a good,
great, man.
She's great.
Yeah,
she's
Carragher's
actually
so
good.
good.
She holds the thing together, doesn't she?
Ah, she's
Yeah, she does.
She's awesome.
really good at the job now.
No, but no, you remind me of Mika Richards, man. Like when I see you on TV, it's just like it's like one of the boys just on TV speaking. You know?
See, that's how I like. Yeah.
What's the celebration about with the pole dancing and shit?
Oh man. Well, I used to play in the NSL with this guy named Claudio Canosa, big Argentinian bloke, and he just said, "Man, Arch, I don't know if you remember Sonny Anderson. He used to play for Barcelona. When he scored, man, he was with the gun.
Yes, I do remember. Yes.
And no one like no one really had a celebration. I don't think. And he started doing this, and he's going, "Arch, did you see that?" And I'm like, "Nah." When you score, do a celebration so people can remember. So I used to do kung fu and boxing and then whatever. And then
Then that came out.
Yeah,
It turned into a dance.
because I was just with the boys taking a piss out of like dancing and shit.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna play it on screen so you guys know what we're talking
yeah,
about.
man, yeah, you got to.
But do you guys have any other questions? Because we gotta let him go right now. Khalas.
Is our future looking good, Australia? Are we like,
yeah, man.
like,
100%.
are we going to do, are we going, like, that last World Cup we were happy? Like,
You're very critical. You like a bit of the Socceroos squad leading up to.
Oh man, I thought it was. I still like not now. I mean,
like the way how players were just taken like off.
what
like,
did you like?
I didn't think the squad was the strongest squad I've
could
seen
be,
we've
yeah.
ever taken to a World Cup.
Yeah.
But the way that Graham Arnold got them playing and working together, man, I was unbelievable.
Yeah, especially the attitude, because even the attitude of some of the players, like leading up in the qualifiers, like weren't really holding that as a priority. You know, this is like getting called up and things of that nature, and then because
but man, like I still felt like they could do something, but I just didn't think that was the strongest squad that we've ever sent to a World Cup.
I thought I was panicking.
And they did everything more than what I could have thought.
Yeah.
What everyone thought. It was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
They smashed it. They smashed it.
do you feel like you get like the flowers that you deserve? Like, I don't know. I feel like a part of me, like, it doesn't seem like you get like the
one, but in time, like, because in time, because he's still a young fella. Yeah.
because I don't know what it is. Maybe because the
Players
players
stopped like 6 years ago or something, right? So
Yeah.
like,
That's not that long ago, bro.
So-
But
longer.
whenever you
That's
speak
very
about
close,
the
man.
A-League, he's one of
He's the
one of
first
the
name.
there's ever
names.
going to be an A-League Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
he's the first one to go.
Yeah,
yeah.
of course, he's gonna be inducted first, 100%.
Man, but I saw something that I thought was really interesting. Messi, the coach that coached him, this young coach, and he said that you can't coach Messi. You only coach the players around him.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know why I went into that. Why did I go?
That's a good question. I think he went to Michael Bresciano's shop, maybe. Maybe visit him for a kid.
pay him a quick visit. Huh? No, but you're right. I think like
I like that. Keep that in there.
the higher you get into punditry, like imagine
Any dispensaries around here? Does he have one around here or something?
that's the best joke you've ever cracked on the show. But I think the higher you get into punditry, I think like the thing that you said, it just gets harder and harder criticizing players and things like that. Imagine the higher it gets in punditry, players going to World Cup, this and that, and you got and the amount of rumors that come across like in the Premier League level and that kind of nature. You get a comment.
If he can criticize any player in the A-League he wants, he's the greatest A-League player of all time. So they can't take it like it's not.
Yeah.
He's been there, done that. You know what I mean?
But it's hard. It's
It's
like
like
I don't want. I don't want
easier
to.
said than done, isn't it? Like,
I want to try and make it like sound
Like
like I'm not,
productive?
man. Maybe he could have done that better, or if I maybe
Constructive criticism.
He's a nice guy, man. He's not going to.
yeah, nice guy, I know.
Not here to make enemies.
Yeah.
I don't want him. And in this you got it. Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you
It,
do
happen,
that,
it happens
naturally.
without even
Yeah, yeah.
trying.
This guy tried to make you make a few enemies right now, but so I'm going to.
No, we're not.
I'm
Yeah, look after
Nah,
you, Zach.
Hey, honestly, I just want to say quickly, I know it's the last thing, but you're the first guest we ever want. When we said we wanted to show.
We called you out like 3 or 4 times, bro. Like, and we told everybody send it on Instagram, everything.
Was this on the Insta message?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, fuck, who's these
the
guys, man?
first person.
Everyone's after you.
Cool, man.
There's a few guests that we wanted. It was you, Craig Foster, and someone else. And hopefully we're gonna get him soon.
Who's the other
We want to get Ian Wright, man. And he's coming for the Women's World Cup. Yeah.
Even Ferdinand's coming down too, yeah?
I don't know about Ferdinand, but Ian Wright's coming
Man,
through.
maybe I could make that happen, man.
Bro.
That would be
Fuck, what a
nuts.
solid man. Even like some like are you gonna be doing work with the.
Nah, but
I'll connect it like that.
yeah, well,
I got you.
I can see, man. I see, because
I got it like that. Huh?
I got that, man.
Archie, man, we really appreciate you coming. We don't want to take too much of your time, but we're going to hold you on that Ian Wright thing. Please make it happen.
I'll tell you where I
You set yourself up with that one, huh?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Well, this is a big guest, guys, so
The GOAT, man.
make
the
this
GOAT.
viral, make this
Thanks,
viral,
bro.
make this happen. Archie, appreciate it again. Thank you guys
Thanks,
for
bro.
watching.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. Legend, man.
I got the sauce. I got the sauce. I got the sauce. I got the juice. I got the juice. You other niggas look confused. I got the sauce. I got the sauce. Yeah, I got the sauce. Yeah, I got the sauce. I got the sauce. Nigga, I got the sauce. I got the sauce. I got the juice. Watch. I got the juice. Watch. I got the sauce. I got the sauce. Yeah, I got the sauce.